Hello students, welcome to time classes. This class is integrals and definite integrals. Handout code is QAHO 3571730. I hope everybody has the correct handout. Now definition, it says if fx and gx are two functions of x such that g dash x is equal to fx, then real valued the integral value of fx is gx. That is, if g dash x is equal to fx, then the real valued the integral of fx is gx, and gx is called the antiderivative of fx. It is antiderivative. The process of computing an integral of a function is called integration, and the function to be integrated, which was fx in the case, is called integrand. So if g dash x is equal to fx, then integral of fx is gx, and gx is called the antiderivative of fx. And this process of finding an integral of a function is called integration, and the function which is to be integrated is called integrand. An integral of a function is not unique. If gx is any one integral of fx, then fx plus c is also its integral, where c is a constant term called as constant of integration. C is a constant of integration. Some standard formulas. Integral of x to the power n dx is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c, where c is the constant of integration and n should not be equal to minus 1. Otherwise, denominator becomes 0. It becomes indeterminate form. So we can apply this when x is not equal, n is not equal to minus 1. Similarly, ax plus b to the whole power n dx can be easily integrated by treating ax plus b as x and using the formula x to the power n dx is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, and then dividing with the differential of the term which you taken as x, that is ax plus b, and its differential is a. So we get ax plus b to the whole power n integral is ax plus b to the whole power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, and then dividing by differential of ax plus b, which is a, and plus c. Do not forget to put plus c. C is constant of integration. Only assumption is n should not be equal to minus 1. Integral 1 upon x dx is equal to log x plus c. 1 upon x dx is log x plus c. Integral of 1 upon ax plus b is same, is log ax plus b divided by a, because we take ax plus b as x and then use the formula 1 by x dx as log x and then dividing by the differentiation of the term which we assume as x. Integration of a to the power x dx is nothing but a to the power x divided by log a plus c. And integration of e to the power x dx is e to the power x plus c. C is constant of integration. Some more formulas. Integral of sin x is minus cos x. Integral of cos x with respect to dx is sin x. Integral of sec square x dx is tan x plus c. And integral of cosec square x dx is equal to minus cot x plus c. Integral of sec x into tan x dx is sec x plus c. And integral of cosec x cot x is minus cosec x plus c. Basic formula should be remembered. Integral of tan x dx is log sec x plus c. And integral of cot x dx is log sin x plus c. Integral of sec x dx can be written as log sec x plus 10x plus c, or log 10 pi by 4 plus x by 2. And integral of cosec x dx is log cosec x minus cot x plus c, or can be written as, on further simplification, as log 10 x by 2. These formulas have to be remembered. We'll be writing the formulas where we'll be using it. Then we move to methods of integration. Formulas are to be learned and then we apply while using in questions. I will write it on the screen. It will be appearing on the screen where you will be using the specified formula. First method says integration by decomposition of integrand. In this method, the integrand is decomposed into a number of parts, smaller parts, so that each part is integrated easily by a known formula. Now, let's take an example for that. Suppose we want to integrate this expression x to the power 2 by 3 upon 3 minus 1 by x square plus cos x with respect to dx. We want to integrate this expression. So what we do? We divide this into three integrals, different integrals. 1 by 3, constant we take outside the integration, x to the power 2 by 3 dx minus integral 1 upon x square dx plus integral cos 3x dx. Now we'll be using the formula integral of x to the power n dx is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. Only condition is power n should not be equal to minus 1. So, and also cos x integral with respect to dx is sin x plus c. Now we can say first integral x to the power 2 by 3, we add x to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 in the power and divide by 2 by 3 plus 1. That is, we are using the first formula x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. 1 by 3 is outside, minus 1 upon x square. X square is taken in the numerator, becomes x to the power minus 2, and then we apply the result. It becomes x to the power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1 plus integration of cos x dx is sin x, but it's cos 3x. So we assume 3x as x. So integral of cos 3x becomes sin 3x. And then we have to divide by the term which we assume as x, that is 3x. Differential of 3x is 3. So we divide by 3. And we apply plus c. C is the constant of integration. Now this expression has to be simplified. Integration is done, this expression has to be simplified. In the numerator, 2 by 3 plus 1 becomes 5 by 3. And 5 by 3 was in the denominator, 3 and 3 cancel out. It becomes 1 by 5. X to the power 5 by 3. Second term had denominator as minus 1 and minus sign is also there. So minus minus becomes positive. And it becomes x to the power minus 1 in the numerator, which comes in the denominator, becomes 1 by x plus sine 3x upon 3 plus c. So we divide our main function into different small parts and then integrate them by using the standard formula. This is the first method which we are learning for integration. Now Let's move to question number 1 of the handout. We have to integrate this expression x to the power 2 by 3 minus 5 upon root x plus cos x and then dx. So we will be dividing this into smaller integrals. X to the power 2 by 3 minus 5 by root x plus cos x dx. Can we say we divide into three different integrals, small integrals, x to the power 2 by 3 dx as 1, then minus 5, root x, the denominator we take in the numerator, it becomes x to the power minus 1 by 2 dx plus integral of cos x. Now we'll be solving these three integrations separately. By using the formula x to the power n integral dx is x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. So formula is x to the power n dx integral is x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c, where n is not equal to minus 1. And also integral of cos x dx is sin x plus c. So we apply this formula, we get x to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 upon 2 by 3 plus 1 minus 5, which is constant, we take outside of integration, and then x to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon minus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus integral of cos x comes out to be sin x. So 2 by 3 plus 1 becomes 5 by 3 and minus 1 by 2 plus 1 becomes half 1 by 2. So if we simplify this expression, it becomes 3 by 5 x to the power 5 by 3 minus 1 by 2 is in the denominator. So minus 1 by 2 plus 1 becomes 1 by 2. 2 goes into the numerator. It becomes minus 10 x to the power 1 by 2 plus sin x. Now 3 by 5 x to the power 5 by 3 minus 10 x to the power 1 by 2 plus sin x and plus c. C is the concept of integration. If we look at the choices, we had our choice as choice A. 3 by 5 x to the power 5 by 3 minus 10 x to the power 1 by 2 plus sin x plus c. That's the answer of this. Moving further. Method second. Second method is integration by substitution. If the integrand is not in the integrable form, directly formula we cannot apply, then it is changed into an integrable form by using suitable substitutions. Then we go for using suitable substitution. Now let's demonstrate this with help of an example. It says you have to find the integration of e to the power x bracket 1 plus x upon sine square x e to the power x with respect to x, that is dx. Now we do not have a direct formula for this, but one thing is observed, that differentiation of x e to the power x is present in the numerator. So we assume let x e to the power x is equal to t. Differentiate this expression with respect to x, we get, now left hand side we have to apply product rule, e to the power x into differentiation of x, which is 1, plus x into differentiation of e to the power x into dx is equal to dt. Now this left hand side is actually comprised of the numerator. This is written in the numerator. E to the power x is taken common. Then we have e to the power x into 1 plus x dx is equal to dt. So we are changing our integral to a new variable called t. We just substitute x e to the power x as t in the x function. So in this function e to the power x 1 plus x dx upon sine square x e to the power x, we have taken x e to the power x as t. So when we put x e to the power x as t, then in the numerator e to the power x 1 plus x dx is replaced by dt. Now the entire integral function is changed from a different variable to t. And we also know that 1 upon sine square t is cosec square t dt. Now we had a direct formula for this integration. Now we convert this into a formula base where we can apply directly formula. So we'll be using the formula integration of cosec square x dx is equal to minus cot x plus c. Here we have to integrate cosec square t with respect to t, that is dt. So this comes out to be minus cot t. But my original question was given in terms of x. So I have to replace this t back in terms of x, and value of t is nothing but x e to the power x. So I replace this t as x, it becomes minus cot x e to the power x plus c. C is the constant of integration which is to be applied. So expression was directly not in the form where we can use a formula. So we go for a substitution. We substitute, we take that value as t whose differential is present. X e to the power x as t is differentiation, which is e to the power x into 1 plus x dx was given. So that is replaced by dt, and the question simplifies to a simpler form. Integration of cosec square t dt, and then that is minus cot t, and we replace the value of t as x e to the power x and put a constant of integration. So this comes out to be minus cot x e to the power x plus c. Moving further, question third of the handout. It says integral of e to the power x square minus 1 by x bracket 1 plus 1 by x square dx, and 4 choices are given to us. E to the power x square minus 1 by x is nothing but x minus 1 by x, and then we had 1 plus 1 by x square dx. If we carefully observe, we had the differentiation of x minus 1 by x present in the expression. So we take let x minus 1 by x as t, x minus 1 by x as t, and if I differentiate, it becomes 1 plus 1 by x square, 1 plus 1 by x square dx is equal to dt. I am differentiating this. Differentiation of x is 1. Differentiation of x to the power n is n x to the power n minus 1. So 1 plus 1 by x square dx equal to dt. Now this term 1 plus 1 by x square into dx is present in the expression, so it can be replaced by dt and x minus 1 by x by t. So in this manner, the given question is reduced to a simpler form. Integral of e की power t dt, and integration of e की power t with respect to t is e to the power t itself. This question can also be solved by assuming e to the power x square minus 1 by x equal to t also. But here we had x minus 1 by x, so we assume it equal to t. Differentiate both sides with respect with both sides, and then replace 1 plus 1 by x square into dx by dt. And we replace x square minus 1 by x or x minus 1 by x as t. So it becomes e to the power t dt. And integral of e to the power x dx is e to the power x. So e to the power t dt integration is e to the power t plus c, a constant has to be applied. But my question given was in the terms of x. So we replace t by x. So we put e to the power t as x square minus 1 by x and plus c. C is the concept of integration. If we look at the choices, we got this as choice number C. So our answer comes out to be choice C. So we are converting, we are substituting a value whose differentiation is present in the expression. It becomes convenient. So x minus 1 by x differentiation is 1 plus 1 by x square, which was already present. So we assume x minus 1 by x as t. So 1 plus 1 by x square dx becomes dt. And we simplify the expression and use the formula integral of e to the power x dx is e to the power x plus c. And then we match with the choice available, that is choice C. Now moving to third method. It says integration by parts. If u and v are two functions of x, u and v both are function of x, and we have to integrate an expression which is product of these two function of x. So one function we take as first function is u and second function is v. So formula says first function into integration of second function minus integration of differentiation of first function multiplied by integration of second function. This whole expression is again integrated. So we say is a product rule for integration. Now if one factor is the product of powers of x and the other is integrable, then the former is taken as the first function u in the formula. If one factor is the product of power of x and other is directly integrable, so we take power of x, that is former, as integration as first function. We take it as first function. If the integrand is a single function and is not easily integrable, for example log x, if the integrand is a single function and is not easily integrable, log x, then integrand is taken as the first function u and 1 as the second function v in the formula. If the integrand is a single function and is not easily integrable, then the integrand is taken as the first function, that is log x, and 1 as the second function in the formula, v in the formula. While choosing the first function, we choose it in the order of LIATE, that is L stand for logarithmic function, I stand for inverse function, A stand for algebraic function, T stand for trigonometric function, and E stand for exponential function. L for logarithmic, I for inverse, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, and E for exponential. Now this can be easily demonstrated by using certain examples. Now we move to question number 9 of the handout. It says integral of x to the x cube into e to the power x dx. Here one variable is a algebraic expression and second is an exponential function, and both are given in product. So we'll apply the formula. You'll apply the formula. U and v are two functions of x given in the product. Then its first function, which is u, multiplied by integration of second function minus integration of differentiation of first function multiplied by integration of second function. So, and whenever we have to integrate x to the power n dx, we know a formula. It's x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c, where n is not equal to minus 1. And e to the power x dx is e to the power x plus c. These formulas we should be using. Now we can say we take first function as algebraic x cube, integration of second function minus integration of differentiation of first function, which is x cube, multiply integration of second function into dx. Integration of e to the power x is by default e to the power x. So first term becomes x cube e to the power x minus differentiation of x cube is 3x square. So function which is algebraic in x, its degree reduces by 1 on differentiating, and multiplied by e to the power x dx, which is again e to the power x. So on simplification, first part becomes x cube e to the power x minus differentiation of x cube is 3x square. 3 we can take outside, so it becomes x square, and integration of e to the power x is e to the power x. So we have to dx. We have to again simplify this. 3 comes out, x square e to the power x. So we have to again apply the same formula. We will take x square as first function and e to the power x as second function. So it comes out to be 3 is outside, first function is x square into integration of e to the power x dx minus integral of differentiation of x square is 2x multiplied by integration of e to the power x is again e to the power x, then dx. Now second term also got simplified. It comes out to be x cube e to the power x minus 3 x square e to the power x. Now minus 3 multiplied with the third term, which is again with a minus sign. So minus 3 into minus 2 becomes plus 6, and it becomes integral of x e to the power x, which can again be applied first function as x and second function as e to the power x. So it is x e to the power x minus integration of differentiation of x is 1. E to the power x integration is e to the power x, which again on integration gives e to the power x. So we again applied this integration of x e to the power x, same formula, and got the result as a third term written x e to the power x minus e to the power x. So we are applying this formula wherever product comes, but functions has to be chosen, which function has to be taken first and which has to be taken as second. Now we simplify this expression. First term becomes x cube e to the power x minus 3x square e to the power x plus 6x e to the power x minus 6 e to the power x. Only a term e to the power x comes out common throughout. So we take e to the power x as common. So it reduces to x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 6. Now we have to just match our choices, which choice gives us the correct answer. C is the concept of integration. If we carefully look at the choices, we got our choice as choice D. D as the answer. So we applied the product rule of the integration whenever functions are given in product. Wisely choose which function has to be taken as the first function and which function has to be taken as the second function. On taking x cube as algebraic function, and the second part when we are going to differentiate, its degree reduces to 1 till it becomes constant, and we simply got an integration, directly we got an answer. So basic steps shown how to solve these type of questions. We use the product rule. Now fourth method of integrations, again integration of rational functions. It may be integrated of the form constant upon a quadratic expression is given, maybe one of the type they gave, or linear upon quadratic, integrate of the form linear upon quadratic, or third it may be rational function and the power in the numerator is equal, degree in the numerator is equal or greater than the degree given in the denominator. There's the three types of question they ask. First, numerator as a constant term followed by denominator we had a quadratic expression. Second, we had linear expression, linear term in x divided by quadratic expression in x. Third, in the numerator we had terms whose degree is either equal to the degree given in the denominator or more than that. So we'll be solving these type one by one, learning through examples. This is integration of rational functions. It is also they ask integration of irrational functions. Irrational functions, under root of ax square plus bx plus c. They ask simple integration for that expression. Or integrate of the form 1 upon under root of quadratic, like dx upon root ax square plus bx plus c. These are irrational functions. We had square root in them. So the second type, when we simplify, reduces to one of the following form: dx upon root x square plus minus a square, or dx upon root a square minus x square. So these type we will be also learning through examples. So let's move to certain questions and examples to learn how to solve rational as well as irrational functions. How to solve. We come to question number 11 of the handout. It says we have to solve this expression dx upon 1 plus 3 e to the power x plus 2 e to the power 2x. We write this denominator as dx is given as 1 plus 3 e to the power x plus 2 e to the power 2x. We write this 2 e to the power 2x plus 3 e to the power ex. We split it as 2ex plus ex plus 1. Just to factorize this term. So from the first two terms, we take e to the power x common, 2 e to the power x common, it becomes e to the power x plus 1. And the next two terms are also e to the power x plus 1. So indirectly whole e to the power x plus 1 comes out common. We get e to the power x plus 1 as one bracket and 2 e to the power x plus 1 as the second bracket. Now both the bracket are linear expression. Now we have to simplify it further. So we just factorize the denominator and write it as a product of two factors. Now we apply partial fraction and then split this integration into two different integral. One is 2 upon 2 e to the power x plus 1 minus 1 upon e to the power x plus 1. So what we apply? We apply partial fraction. First we factorize the denominator taking e to the power x as t. We can also do it like this, e to the power x as t. So it becomes quadratic, 2t square plus 3t plus 1, which can be factorized as 2t plus 1 into t plus 1. And then we go to partial fraction. We apply partial fraction. So this product is broken into two parts, 2 upon 2 e to the power x plus 1 dx minus 1 upon e to the power x plus 1. Now we put e to the power x as t. If e to the power x is t, then we can say x is equal to log t, because if e to the power x t, we take log on both sides, it gives x is equal to log t. So dx is 1 by t dt. So in both the integrand, we replace dx by 1 by t dt. We are converting into a variable called t. Now it becomes 2 upon 2t plus 1 into t and then dt. Dx is replaced by dt by t minus 1 upon t plus 1 into t dt. You can again apply the partial fraction. We break both the brackets, both the integration into two different parts. It's 2 upon t minus 4 upon 2t plus 1 dt. And second integral, it has denominator t into t plus 1. Their difference is 1, which is present in the numerator. Can be straight away split into two parts, 1 by t minus 1 upon t plus 1. Now these all directly come into the form of a formula. Formula we can apply. So first 1 upon 2t plus 1 into t we solve it by integration, a partial fraction, and then 1 upon t plus 1 into t also can be written as 1 upon t minus 1 upon t plus 1. Now integration of 1 by x dx is log x. We apply this. First 2 comes out outside, it becomes integral 1 upon t is log t minus 4, it's log 2t plus 1, and we divide by differential of 2t plus 1, that is 2. Then minus 1 upon t integration is log t, and minus minus becomes plus. 1 upon t plus 1 becomes log t plus 1. Integration 1 upon t plus 1 is log t plus 1. Plus c. C is a constant of integration. But we have to give our answer in terms of x, because t is r assumed variable. So wherever we got t, we replace it by e to the power x, and log t value is x. So this function further simplifies to log t. 2 log t minus log t is log t minus 2 log 2t plus 1 plus log t plus 1, and we replace t by e to the power x. So it becomes x minus 2 log 2 e to the power x plus 1 plus log bracket e to the power x plus 1. So we simplified this. Now we have to just check with our choices. We just simplify the denominator and then apply partial fraction, split into 4 integral different, and then we solve them one by one and replace the value of t as e to the power x. If we carefully look at the choices, we got our answer as option C. C is the answer, x plus log e to the power x plus 1 minus 2 log 2 e to the power x plus 1 plus c. C is the constant of integration. I hope this is clear. Now, question 10 of the handout. It says integration of x plus 6 upon under root of 3 minus 2x plus x square dx. And choices are given. It's a rational, numerator is linear power, linear expression, and denominator is a quadratic in square root. So we assume numerator is equal to a constant into differentiation of denominator, constant multiplied by differentiation of denominator, that is 3 minus 2x plus x square, that is expression inside the root, plus another constant. So we are simplifying this expression. Numerator we had x plus 6 and inside the root we had x square minus 2x plus 3. So its differentiation is 2x minus 2. So a into differentiation of 3 minus 2x plus x square plus a constant term b. So we can say x plus 6 is equal to a into minus 2 plus 2x plus b. We can compare the like terms, coefficient of x on both sides and constant term on both sides, to get the values of a and b. X plus 6 is equal to 2ax plus b minus 2a. Now it says comparing coefficient of x terms, left hand side coefficient of x is 1, right hand side coefficient of x is 2a. So we can simply say 1 is equal to 2a, which gives us value of a as 1 by 2. 1 is equal to 2a, value of a as 1 by 2. Now if we compare constant terms in the expression, we had 6 on the left hand side and b minus 2a on the right hand side. We know the value of a as 1 by 2. So we substitute this value of a. So we get b minus 1 is equal to 6. That gives b equal to 7. So numerator, that is x plus 6, we can write as a 1 by 2 into differentiation of denominator. The whole expression can be written as 1 by 2 into differentiation of denominator plus a constant term 7. We are dividing this integral into two different integrals so that we get a standard formula we can apply. So x plus 6 we replace by half differentiation of denominator plus a constant term. So we write this as 1 by 2 of minus 2 plus 2x upon under root of 3 minus 2x plus x square dx plus integration 7 upon under root x square minus 2x plus 3. Now if we solve it further, 1 upon root x integral is 2 root x. The entire term has differentiation on the numerator. We can also do it like this. We can put 3 minus 2x plus x square as t. So its differentiation is present in the numerator. That is minus 2 plus 2x into dx goes to dt. It becomes 1 upon root t, which is twice root t, and we replace the value of t as x square minus 2x plus 3. Plus second form we have to shift to a standard formula. It says 7 upon under root of x square minus 2x plus 3. Coefficient of x square is 1. So coefficient of x is minus 2. Half is 1. We required plus 1 and minus 1. So we can say this is nothing but x minus 1 whole square plus 2. Now we had a standard formula for this, but first integral is solved. It comes out to be under root of x square minus 2x plus 3, which by default all the four choices have x square minus 2x plus 3 under root. So now we are looking at the second term. It says dx upon root a square plus x square, integral is sine hyperbolic inverse x by a plus c. We just apply the formula. We had under root of x square minus 2x plus 3 plus 7 sine hyperbolic inverse x minus 1 by root 2. Now if we just look at the choices, only one choice satisfies this result. That is choice B. That is our answer. So we use just separate, write the numerator as a into differentiation of denominator plus constant. Whenever we have quadratic expression in the square root and numerator it's a linear term, we can write this as a into differentiation of denominator, that is expression in the root term, plus constant, and then divide our integral into two different integral and then apply the standard result whichever appears. So we applied this formula and we got our choice as choice B. Step by step procedures are shown. Moving further, we come to question number 6 of the handout. What does question number 6? It says evaluate under root of x square under root 9 minus x square dx. And we had 3 choices and 4 choices, none of these. So we simply in the numerator add and subtract 9. So it becomes 9 minus 9 plus x square, or 9 minus sign I take out common, it becomes bracket 9 minus x square. We are just trying to replicate denominator in the numerator, so that formula can be applied straight away. So it is written as 9 upon under root 9 minus x square as first term, minus integration of second expression 9 minus x square upon root 9 minus x square. Now x upon root x is root x, or a upon root a is root a. So second part is solved. First part 9 goes out common, it becomes 1 upon root 9 square by 9 minus x square, that is 3 square minus x square dx, minus integral of under root of 9 minus x square dx. Now both are standard results which we can apply. Straight away we can apply the standard results. So first says dx upon root a square minus x square is sine inverse x by a plus c, which is in the first integral we can apply. It's a standard formula. And second, under root of a square minus x square dx is x by 2 under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a. Let's apply this. It's a square minus x square. So 9 sine inverse x by 3 minus x by 2 root a square 9 minus x square. A square is 3 square plus 9 by 2 sine inverse x by 3, and minus sign is there in the outside the bracket. And if we simply look at the choices, we had our choice as choice C as the answer. The formula is under root a square minus x square dx is equal to x root a square minus x square by 2 plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a. So we apply the standard formula and get the result as 9 sine inverse x by 3 minus x by 2 under root of 9 minus x square minus 9 by 2 sine inverse x by 3 plus c. C is the constant of integration. Instead of written is choice C. Yes, standard formula we applied. Moving further, question number 4 of the handout. It says, now expression in the numerator is of higher degree than in the denominator. X to the power 11 upon x to the power 8 plus 1. So how do we solve this type of expression? First we divide the numerator by denominator. We write this as x cube minus x cube upon x to the power 8 plus 1. Now first part is easily integrable, and for second part we have to just substitute a value. It says x cube dx minus x cube upon x8 plus 1. First we can apply a formula. Integral of x to the power n dx is x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. So first becomes x to the power 3 plus 1, that is x4 upon 4 minus. Now in the denominator x to the power 8 can be written as x to the power 4 whole square, and we take x to the power 4 as t, another variable. So 4x cube dx becomes dt. So we got x cube dx in the numerator, which can be replaced in terms of t. So we put x4 equal to t. So 4x cube dx becomes dt. So we can safely say x cube dx is equal to 1 by 4 of dt. So substituting back in the expression, x4 upon 4 minus 1 by 4 dt upon t square plus 1. Now integration of dt upon t square plus 1, standard result we have 1 upon x square dx integral is tan inverse x plus c. We have to just apply the formula in the second part. First part is x4 upon 4 minus 1 by 4. It is tan inverse t. But t is our assumption. We have to replace it by x4. So we substitute back the value of t. It says x4 upon 4 minus 1 by 4 tan inverse x to the power 4 plus c. C is the constant of integration. And if we carefully look at the choices, we got our choice as choice B as the answer. So we simplify this. Whenever degree is higher than the denominator, we divide the expression. We write into x cube plus, again a rational function where degree of the numerator is lesser and degree of the denominator is more. And then we, whatever forms it fits in, here x4 can be taken as t, so that x cube dx can be replaced by 1 by 4 of dt. And we split into two parts and then simplified, use the result 1 upon x square dx integral as tan inverse x plus c. Step by step solution is given. Yes. Now moving to question number 7 of the handout. It says we have to evaluate under root of x square plus x plus 4 dx. We had a quadratic expression inside the square root. So we try to replace it with a standard formula. We want to make a whole square. X square coefficient is 1. X coefficient is 1. So we divide by 2, 1 by 2. We add and subtract the square. 1 by 4 we add, 1 by 4 we subtract. So it becomes, if it's a plus sign x square plus x, it becomes a plus b whole square. It becomes x plus 1 by 2 ka whole square. And 4 minus 1 by 4 is 15 by 4 dx. Now this leads to a standard result we have. So we try to convert this into a standard form. Coefficient of x square is 1. Coefficient of x, whatever its coefficient, we divide by 2 and then add and subtract its square to make first term as whole square. So it comes out to be x plus 1 by 2 whole square plus root 15 by 4 whole square. That is root 15 by 2 whole square. It's root 15 by 4 or root 15 by 2 whole square. Now we use this formula, under root of a square plus x square dx is equal to x root x square plus a square by 2 plus a square by 2 sine hyperbolic inverse x by a plus c. So we apply in this. Here x is x plus 1 by 2 and a is root 15 by 2 whole square, root 15 by 2. So it's x by 2 root x square plus a square will comes out to be x square plus x plus 4 plus 1 by 2. A square by 2 is 15 by 4 by 2 sine hyperbolic x plus 1 by 2 upon root 15 by 2. A is root 15 by 2. And we simplify this expression, it becomes 2x plus 1 by 4 under root of x square plus x plus 4 plus 15 by 8 sine hyperbolic inverse 2x plus 1 upon root 15. And if we look at the choices, it comes out to be choice D, a standard application of the formulas. So we convert it into the standard form and then apply the result. We use the formula. Now an example, it says we have to evaluate x plus 1 into e to the power x upon x plus 2 whole square. Another type we have. So can we say x plus 1 is given in the numerator, x plus 2 is in the denominator. So we add plus 1 minus 1 in the numerator. It becomes x plus 2 minus 1. E to the power x is kept separate. So it comes out to be e to the power x 1 upon x plus 2 minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square. You just try to replicate the denominator in the numerator by adding plus 1 and minus 1 in x plus 1 and then simplifying the expression. If fx is equal to 1 upon x plus 2, then f dash x, its differentiation is minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square, which is given. If fx is taken as 1 upon x plus 2, then f dash x is minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square. We know that integral of e to the power x f dash x plus fx is equal to e to the power x fx. Please remember the result. Integral of e to the power x f dash x plus fx with respect to dx, that is dx, is equal to e to the power x fx. Standard result we can apply. So integral of x plus 1 e to the power x upon x plus 2 whole square is written as fx in this case is 1 upon x plus 2 and f dash x is minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square. So it is e to the power x fx plus f dash x. So answer would be e to the power x into fx, that is e to the power x 1 upon x plus 2 plus c. So whenever this type of expression is given, we directly use this result. Fx is 1 upon x plus 2 and f dash x minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square. E to the power x was there in the numerator and it's a straight away application of the formula e to the power x fx plus f dash x whole integral with respect to x is e to the power x fx. It's an important result. Answer is e to the power x upon x plus 2 plus c. Question number 8 of the handout. It says integral of fx 7 plus 8 fx dx. Now here fx satisfies its differentiation is equal to fx and a value is given f0 is equal to 4. Fx is not given to us. The function fx which satisfies the condition f dash x equal to fx is of the form c into e to the power x, because the function is equal to its differentiation. So we assume the function is of the form c into e to the power x, where c is a constant. Now to calculate this value of c, they had given us the condition f0 is equal to 4. So the function which satisfies the condition f dash x equal to fx is of the form c into e to the power x. And it says, we take function as c into e to the power x. It says f0 is equal to 4. So putting x equal to 0 in the expression, we got c e to the power 0 is equal to 4. That implies e to the power 0 is 1. So c is equal to 4. Hence the function becomes 4 e to the power x. So we know the function, value of the function 4 e to the power x. Now we have to evaluate fx upon 7 plus 8 fx. So that says fx upon 7 plus 8 fx, fx, replace fx by 4 e to the power x. So in the numerator it becomes 4 e to the power x, in the denominator it becomes 7 plus 8 4 32 e to the power x dx. Now differentiation of e to the power x is there in the numerator. So we can either substitute e to the power x equal to t, or advisable to substitute 7 plus 32 e to the power x straight away as t. So denominator simplifies. Now differentiating this result, we get 32 e to the power x dx as dt. So in the numerator, 4 e to the power x dx can be replaced by, or e to the power x dx can be replaced by dt by 32. So it becomes 4 by 32, 1 upon t into dt. Now 4 by 32 is 1 by 8. general integral becomes 1 by 8 d 1 by 8 integral of 1 by t dt, which is log t. But t is the assumption value we had assumed, and value of t is to be substituted back in the expression. So it comes out to be 1 by 8 log 7 plus 32 e to the power x plus c. We just put back the value of the t in the expression. And if we carefully look at the choices, it gives us choice B as the answer. So only thing, the function which is equal to its differentiation is of the form c to the power x. A condition is given to evaluate the value of c. Once finding the function, we put back into integral and then simplify using the standard steps we use. Formula of integral of 1 by t dt is log t. I hope this is clear. Thank you. Thanks.